this shit hanging over my head, but you off trying to start a war with our partners.
The nigga diss me every time I see him, acting like he the one in charge and shit.
In Compton, he is the one. You lose. Every time you bite with that nigga, and I'm the one that pays for it. And you gonna get off his corners? You gonna leave his people be? Or you the one that's gonna find yourself a new plug?
You don't mean that shit?
The fuck I don't. I built this shit, me, brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just cause you don't like the way another nigga talk. Drive, motherfucker!
Tone, there's some real money in the room.
Speaking of jail, you actually did time with Big U.
Yes, his name was Hannibal then.
Right. Big U's son was recently unalived.
Police say Jabari was shot and killed near Figueroa and 69th Street after he walked up to a vehicle and someone inside opened fire before driving off. Police say his father's gang ties are a major part of the investigation.
He was somewhere, I think, by a smoke shop. Somebody called him to his car and asked him who he was, and next thing you know, he was pronounced dead. Your community has been getting a lot of backlash from people like, from the bloggers. I've seen it on the blog, and Hefe, don't care nothing what the checks say, Compton, Rick Rock. Just everybody in the Los Angeles community is steady bringing up your community. First off,
I'm trying to be, look, we already talked about this off camera, so I'm trying to not do anything or say anything and saying that would be considered aggressive. But at this point, like, this shit is just stupid at this point. All of these different bloggers, I'm saying, like, everything that goes on in California and LA, the Hoovers don't do it, bro. Everything. I don't give a what it is. When PNB rock, all the Hoovers, everybody. We like the California boogeyman. Anything that happened in this state, they blame on us, bro. Now, they reported, oh, well, he got killed in Hoover Hood. That is not our set. That is not. Anybody that's familiar with gang culture and areas know that area is not our area. That area is actually called Pimp Central, right? This, what's the rap dude name? Sad, what's his name? Big Sad. That's where the liquor store that he did the video in front of, that's the same place. All the pimps hang out down there. Hoovers are not allowed there, first and foremost. So he didn't get killed in our set at all. Just because he got killed on Figueroa don't mean that was our set. Even though we got a nice little stretch of set a stretch of land that on Fig that do run through our community, that section right there is not ours.
62nd in Figueroa, I believe.
It was 69th in Figueroa. Now, for anybody that knows those areas, know that there's a lot of P and Hing going on. I learned that from my boy Ed Hefe. I'm trying to get media trained, you know what I mean? So, yeah, but that's what's going on in those areas, and that specifically in that area. And in that area, there are all the gangs that don't get along with Hoover. This is where the crypt utopia at. If you are a gang member and you want to be a P, or you got some H's, I'm getting it, right? I mean, if that's what you're into and you're not a Hoover, you're welcome there. That's, what is it? They even got a little clique of pimps down there. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't get killed in Hoover Hood at all. And being the fact of surrounding the facts that he walked to the car before he was shot, that leads me to believe that he knew the persons or the people. Now, being that this individual, Big Huey, I'm saying I've heard of him, I'm saying a few homies, I'm saying my young nephews and shit, they know who he is, I'm saying he's somebody to be respected. So if someone would call you to the car in the middle of the night, you would only walk to that car if you knew who that person was. You're on Figueroa. He wasn't a prostitute, so why would somebody call him to the car?
I'm not going to no car I don't know on Figueroa.
This is what I'm saying. This story
I might run on Figueroa. What, too? They done caught me on Fig?
Oh, wow. But see, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. The whole situation doesn't make any sense. Who was he with? I'm pretty sure this is Big U's son. He's not going anywhere unarmed. He's not going anywhere where, even if he was with a They trying to say he was with a broad, and the broad backdoored him, and et cetera, et cetera. I'm pretty sure he's well abreast of gang politics and gang area. So he went anywhere unarmed. So who was with him? Why would he walk to the car if he didn't know the people? So that leads me to believe that he was backdoored. And of course, they're going to blame it on the Hoovers. Anything that go bad in L.A., the Hoovers did it. Why wouldn't you blame your enemy? Why wouldn't you? That's a great strategy. I believe my community probably have employed that situation in a few situations as well. But at the end of the day, what you have is, first off, the first thing out of the mouth is a lie. Let's just wait a few more days and see how it come out. Because see, what ended up happening is when he unfortunately lost his life, and understand something, yes, we are rivals, but I don't agree with anybody losing their life. You know what I'm saying? And my community, we're in a bitter war with the whole community, with every other community right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's tit for tat. The shit ain't right, but it make us even. You know what I'm saying? Not saying about this situation, because like I said before, we didn't have anything to do with this situation. It don't even make sense. Why would he come to a car full of Hoovers? That's the dumbest shit ever. That's stupid. They called this man to the car. That means he knew who the person was walking to the car. He knew who that person was who car was in the car. That only makes sense. Saying that to say, don't believe everything you hear these bloggers talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand, everybody that's on these internets, Rick Rock, Compton Rick Rock, all these other people, they have influences, outside influences. They're not just independent reporters. Understand that. All these dudes have been from a hood, have gangbang, have some type of gangbang influence. And a lot of those influences are against my community. So you can't believe what these people are talking about. Like everybody, even Flacco. We don't even know what the he didn't even, we don't even know who this dude is. He went in support to name one of my nephews the prime minister. Like this goes back to you, Tone.
So you like the governor?
I'm like nothing, bro. I'm like none of that. But it goes back to you,
Governor Gumby.
Not at all, bro. It goes back to you, though. I be trying to explain to you. We all have some type of responsibility on this internet. You know what I'm saying? As of now, it's just willy-nilly. Everybody just doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even fair to the people who, if you got a conclusion that somebody did something, why are you the person to put that conclusion out there? You're not getting paid for it in the detective realm. You know what I mean? Maybe it's good content, but you have to understand you're affecting everybody else's lives. And it goes back to my point with this situation and everybody blaming us for the unaliving of Big U's son, right? A couple of hours after that happened, you know, I guess this community or somebody's community was upset. You know what I'm saying? We had a few different shootings in our community. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was unalive, thank God. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, everybody got to be safe out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Certain precautions that we all need to take, especially as black men, first and foremost. You know, we all from different communities, and everybody's community don't go together. You know what I'm saying? They don't mesh. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you feel you have to go to one of your ops, as they say, your ops communities, you have to take extra precaution. You know what I mean? And this situation was unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? As were, you know, all the other tragic situations, you know what I'm saying? Africa, you know what I'm saying? And all the other people that we lost in our community. You know what I'm saying? So this situation is kind of, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I can't really feel their pain. They didn't feel our pain. No matter who did it, who, you know what I mean? That's not the point. The point is that we also done lost, you know what I mean? And our community has been hurting for, you know what I'm saying, a little while right now. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, I could feel empathy for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that that black men, I was raised in prison. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different outlook for me. You know what I mean? I don't see every black man as my enemy. I don't see that. You're only my enemy if you're my enemy. And that means you're doing something to hurt me or mine. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much a prison rule. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in prison. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I pretty much live my life. You know, so I have friends from rolling 60s, friends from 9-0. I got friends, childhood friends, people I've known forever. And I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't directly advocate, you know what I'm saying, my nephews or anybody that's from our community going to do something to them. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I advocate. I advocate if they do should happen to bring their ass over here, you be ready. That's all. And the same for them. You know what I mean? Like, literally.
You don't have any empathy for the, well, you said you had empathy, but you didn't, you couldn't feel they pain, even though you did time with Big U. Like, y'all did time together.
Of course. Yeah. I did a lot of time with a lot of different people. But, I mean, I could feel empathy for him, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, my community comes first, just like their community comes first. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still, trying to deal with the tragedies that happen in my own community.
Right. Right.
Well, let me see a lighter.
Speaking of, broke out the lighter. Speaking of,
this is hard.